Information is vital. Stay tuned. Be enlightened. Be encouraged.
Hello again. Welcome to Ultimate Wellness, my little mini webcast. I'm Dr. Jim Carlson, and here's my buddy Bones. Again, we are fighting the medical establishment's ignorance of dietary nutritional biochemistry. In these segments, we're looking at the foods you shouldn't be eating, the foods you should not be eating, the foods you should not be eating. I say that because we get so hung up subconsciously, it's a knee-jerk reflex. You'll see something like this, cream of wheat in front of me on the set, and immediately you're going to be like, ooh, that's good for us, right? Well, I'm here to tell you no. Remember, sugar is sugar is sugar. These things actually contain high amounts of sugar. The thing I'm holding in my hand here, this is a whopping 24 grams of sugar per serving. This is cream of wheat, healthy grain, original, and good for a healthy heart? No. Good for a diseased heart and a heart attack and a stroke. And its buddy over here, cream of wheat, all right, we're getting, let's see, actually 22 grams of sugar. I have to reemphasize, and again, we're battling the medical establishment's nutritional biochemical ignorance. We have to remember that sugar is transformed into plaque-forming deadly cholesterol and fat on our bodies. The American Heart Association, American Diabetes Association, American Cancer Society, and many other medical professional organizations just don't get it. They just do not get it. There is a big opposition here. Opposition. We mentioned Atkins a bunch of times. There's other greats out there who understand that eating carbohydrates are dangerous, that eating fat, cholesterol, and protein is bad. Again, we're fighting the medical establishment's reluctance to change. You know, reluctance to change has happened many, many times throughout the history of medicine. And I got to talk about something that nobody watching this would even hesitate to question. Hand washing. Hand washing. I don't know if the viewers know this or not, but surgeons back in the mid-1800s were laughed at when they washed their hands. Oh, what are you doing that for? In Vienna, let me just get his name right, Dr. Semmelweis promoted hand washing in the for delivering babies, and he was laughed at. Back in Vienna, back in 1848, the medical students and doctors used to go from autopsies right to delivering babies. In 2 years, they dropped the mortality rate to 0% by washing hands. Was Dr. Semmelweis congratulated? No, he was fired. My point is this, the medical profession is reluctant to change. To this day, a few months ago, we did a study with plastic surgeons showing that they failed to hand wash. Reluctance to change. The medical profession does not want to change. The same is true with this whole low-carb issue. You know, we're holding on tenaciously to thinking that fat and cholesterol consumption is dangerous. It is not. I can't reiterate this enough. The more fat and cholesterol you consume, the lower your heart disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cancer risk becomes. You eat foods like this that you think are heart healthy, it's a knee-jerk reflex. You see this in front of me, you immediately think that this stuff is good for you. It is not. Do not be eating stuff like this. And the problem is the protein content is negligible. There's basically no protein in here. 7 grams of protein, 4 grams of protein, not enough. We need a lot more protein and a lot less sugar in our bodies. That's the battle. That's the fight. You know, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. You know, you're looking at thousands of years before hand washing was deemed an appropriate thing to do. Now we laugh. We go, of course you got to hand wash. But a lot of studies, when they're looking at hospitals, are showing that doctors, nurses are failing to hand wash. This is scary stuff. That when they do studies on doctors' hands, they find things like E. coli, which are organisms that come from the stool. You know, this is scary stuff. And let me just take this last minute. I'm going to point out some stupid medical studies. And I had to laugh at this one. There's a study out there that showed that men ages 40 to 70 with exercising about a half hour a day, they had a lower risk for heart disease. Really? Are you serious? I mean, don't we all know this? And again, millions of dollars are spent on this. You know, I mean, who there at home went, really? Wow, I better go exercise. I don't want to get a heart attack. I mean, come on. It's like, you know, saying that smoking, you know, causes lung cancer, and someone going, really? I didn't know that. You know, we need to stop these ridiculous studies. We need to take our money and put our money where it should be spent. And the problem is, a lot of the laypersons out there know that eating fat, cholesterol, and protein is safe, eating carbs is dangerous. When are the physicians going to understand? This ends this episode of Ultimate Wellness, my mini webcast. I'm Dr. Jim Carlson with my buddy Bones. See you soon.
Until next time, be enlightened, be encouraged,